Hello, everyone. I am Liz,
And I'm Iz.
and welcome back to the P9 Pod.
Welcome back, everybody.
We have a very eventful Barcelona Grand Prix to recap for sure.
Yeah, sorry this is a little bit late. We had busy personal lives on the side, but
Very.
this Grand Prix was way too good not to recap. It needed its own episode, baby, because so much happened in such a small amount of time, I feel.
Definitely a crazy race. And like you said, we had a lot going on, so there was a lot of like running around trying to catch the race. But it was crazy, and we did get to see a lot of it, so that was very exciting.
Yeah, low-key felt like a fever dream of a weekend, but nonetheless, still a good time.
Nothing like your Monaco hill
Please, me
situation.
hiking up the jungle, getting covered in ticks. Yeah, no. Thankfully,
No.
I was home this time, but
Yeah, I was not, but it is all good. I am home now and ready to chat about it.
So let's get into Barcelona.
Barcelona.
I have very minimal notes for practice. They were kind of uneventful. It was honestly more funny than anything.
I honestly, like, I don't know how much. I know I watched like one or two practice sessions, but I really don't remember which, and I feel like they were kind of uneventful.
Yeah. So FP1, I have literally two notes. The one note being that Gabby accidentally got called Lisa on the radio.
Oh
I don't know
my
if you saw.
god. Wait, yeah, that was funny.
He was asking Lisa for like a stat, I guess. And he was like, "This is not Lisa, this is Gabby." And I was like doing something and I heard him say that and I was like, "What?" I hadn't heard the original radio. It was so funny to me when I saw it online.
I didn't see that during practice, but I did see it on like Twitter or TikTok afterwards, and I was like, that is hilarious.
But FP1 also just contained a lot of the reserve drivers.
Oh.
Colton Herta specifically, or not Colton Herta. What's his name? The one in F2 right now. Is it Colton Herta?
That's a name I know for sure. I don't know.
Somebody who's in F2.
There was a lot of, I forgot. There was a lot of,
Yeah, so many reserve drivers out. All the babies on the track.
I forgot. I was doing, I think I was, I don't know, I was at like a grocery store or something. Like I had things to do for some reason, so I missed FP1. But yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I feel like, not to be that person, but when I saw all the babies, I was a little less tapped in. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so happy for them. It's just like, But I do remember Kimmy was not on the track, which I thought was so interesting.
Yes, Fred was on the track.
Yeah. But, like, I was shocked that they picked Kimmy over George and not George to sit out. You know what I mean? I mean, I know Kimmy's leading, but Kimmy's just so much younger. So I was shocked by that choice. But I was actually grateful.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think I don't know, it is kind of an interesting pick, but maybe, I don't know, they probably have reasoning behind who sits when, so letting them cook, I guess.
Rules.
Yeah,
Mark
sure.
rules. Just something of note. I have no opinion on it. Grateful that George got some time on the track.
Yeah.
And then FP2, Lewis was reporting some brake issues and car issues, which really had me stressing because Charles has just officially switched to Lewis's brake setup, allegedly. I'm no mechanic, but that had me a little worried. But this is where we started learning that Barcelona was a absolute tire eater.
Yeah, the track was hot.
Yeah, these people were flying through tires. They were like, I don't want a soft. I want my mediums now.
Yeah. Which is telling for the rest of the weekend.
Really telling. And that was also another issue because we also had, this is FP2, so we still had FP3 and quali and race day, and people didn't want to use all their mediums either because they were the ideal tire because we went up a compound. We skipped one, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
So we were learning a lot about the tires in FP2, but that was kind of Max was complaining about the car, but I actually don't know specifically what, but when isn't he, honestly?
Could be anything, like, truly.
Which could mean anything.
It's fine. He's okay.
Those are all my notes from FP2 again. I think I was, kind of doing stuff, so it wasn't fully locked in.
Okay.
But that brings us to FP3.
Sure.
This is where I got one of my favorite quotes from Kimmy. He got on the radio and said, I quote, "Oh my God, Stroll as always," when he got cut off by Lance Stroll.
Okay, you know what? That's hilarious. Letting him cook.
He's been here for 2 years? And he said, "Stroll as always." Like, baby,
That's crazy.
I was dying. Oscar was doing pretty good, FP3, fairly promising stuff.
Love it.
And this was where Kimmy started really crashing out on the radio, and I think it was very telling of his, like, age. He was really stressing because there was a lot of people in front of him, and he was just like, they're in my way.
I saw Bono talking, like, where he was, like, complaining about the traffic, and Bono was like, I do not send the other cars out. What do you want me to do?
The direct quote, which was, I was genuinely laughing so hard. Unfortunately, I don't let the cars out of the garage, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, Bono.
No, he's hilarious. He said, please leave me out of this.
And I was just, like, getting really worried because, again, I think Kimmy has been doing a really good job this season of, like, keeping his head pretty clear. So watching him kind of panic like that and, like, not being an FP1, I was getting a little worried for his weekend, and I had put him in P1 on my podium, if you remember last episode.
Dun dun.
Literally, not dun dun.
Yeah.
You know, same old stuff in practice, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And then that would bring us straight to quali.
My first quality note from Q1 is actually from the end of Q1, so I don't know if you have anything ahead of that, but I just wrote that I was sad that Fernando was out in Q1 because it's his potentially last home race. But then also, at the same time as me watching quali and seeing that, I was seeing on Twitter that people were saying he's going to go back to Alpine, and I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be crazy.
There have been that rumor going around. I don't know. I feel like it would be a crazy move if Fernando went back when they switched to Gucci. I feel like that's so not his brand.
That would be so funny.
Like, if he pulled up in a Gucci flip-flop.
Shut up. I'm just, like, picturing him in, like, a tracksuit, like, pulling up to media day. Like, unfortunately, I kind of need to see it, but, like, I don't really want him back in Alpine.
No, but, like, him and Pierre dripped out would kind of eat, actually.
That would be hilarious.
Anyway, who knows what's happening over there.
That's my only note from Q1 is I was sad for him.
Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy. Same old people out. Sorry, Cadillac. Sorry, Aston.
Lance outqualified him for the first time in, like, forever.
That did happen. Shout out to Lance, I guess.
But it wasn't really by much. He was still out in Q3, so.
I mean, they're only really competing with one another. I have to be so honest.
It wasn't great.
No.
But yeah, Q1 was pretty standard.
Yeah, run of the mill, nothing crazy. Q2, I honestly, I have no notes. I don't know why. I just didn't take any, I guess.
All I wrote was Ollie disaster class and that he didn't want my P9 to be right because I think he was I had him as my P9 prediction and I think he was on one last lap or something like that and it was just so bad. And I was like, come on, Ollie, please. He did not pull through.
This wasn't really a great track for Ollie this weekend, to be honest.
Wasn't a good weekend for Ollie at all.
We're gonna leave it at that for now.
But yeah, and then I also wrote that I was happy that Nico was in Q3 because I feel like it's been a second.
I agree, and I want Nico points sorry, spoiler alert. I want Nico to get points so bad.
I feel like they talk up the Audi car, like, week after week. They're like, this might be a good track for Audi. This might be a good track for an Audi. And then it just keeps not being the case. I
feel like Audi suffers from, sorry to catch a stray, but a similar problem to McLaren, where it's like when they're on the track, they got the pace. Like, you just let the car go. Like, it just needs to go. You're
aligned.
So, sorry, Merc. Sorry, Audi.
Not good.
Merc? No.
McLaren.
Mac. I know. I was trying to shorten it, but
but yeah, that's kind of all my notes. And then in Q3, George on pole, which was really actually exciting. I was like really happy for him because I was like, he's so back. And he was Lewis P2? He started P2, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lewis P2, Kimmy P3.
Yeah. And I feel like you're right because I was more excited to see George up there, and that would be like.
I was really happy to see George up there, and I mean, we'll get to it later. I'm obviously very happy with how the race panned out for Lewis, but it does suck to see like George have a pole and then not turn it into a win. But also, it happens, you know. Like, what are we gonna do about it? He got a pole position, and it's been a second since he even had that, so he's back. He's coming back.
Yeah, I was thrilled to see George back up there because he needed it for the confidence boost. And Kimmy wasn't doing bad. I mean, P3 is like not nearly where George was underperforming, I hate to say. But
Yeah. But pretty regular
yeah.
quality. Nothing extremely crazy.
No, nothing that blew my mind. If I'm not mistaken, the Williams was like just kind of there.
Out in Q2 for sure.
Yeah, like she just didn't do anything crazy. Like we said, the Audis were doing pretty good, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody did exactly what you expected them to do, I fear. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And then I guess that brings us into the race.
Race.
I got a lot of notes for the race.
Yeah.
I got a lot of notes for this race.
The race was definitely crazy.
So I didn't even catch, I just want to lead with this, that I did not catch the grid walk. So I did not know of anybody present at the track. I don't know if you caught the grid walk.
I didn't, and I don't know what you're about to say.
Later,
wait, I know what you're about to say.
This is just prefacing for a later conversation.
Oh, I know what you're about to say.
So I'm just saying I didn't know any of the special guests that we might have seen at a later point.
I thought you were going celebrity. Like, I was like, who is there?
Borderline celebrity Monaco-based YouTuber Nico Rosberg was at the track.
Of course he was. I wish I was filmed during my reaction to him doing the post-race interviews. Like, obviously we'll cover that later when we get to that point.
Yes.
But like you said, I didn't know he was there. I remember someone on Twitter saying that like Barcelona was his first race of the season, but like I hadn't seen him yet. And then I was like,
yeah,
the jaw drop, like me flailing on the ground. I wish everyone saw it.
I had no idea about this. So I turned it on right as the race was starting, and the thing that had my jaw agape, Lewis on a soft. Everybody on a medium. Everybody on a medium. And as I said, this place was eating tires, and I was like, oh my God, is Ferrari going to do that thing?
They famously do.
That thing that is bad.
Yeah.
Just bad. You never know. And then at that same time, I look down, and I'm like, oh, Charles is on a different strategy. So I'm feeling really confident about that.
Sure.
I'm gonna leave that thought at there, just right there.
I'm always kind of. I mean, not always. In a situation like this where Charles was starting P10, right? Because he crashed. He crashed in quali. I forgot about that.
I didn't want to bring it up. I was gonna bring it up.
I actually forgot about that. Oh wait, I actually forgot about that, and I was mad about it. I forgot. We were kind of beefing because Lando was on a really good lap and Charles crashed. I forgot. I was mad.
I'm sorry to the fans. I genuinely could not bring myself to talk about it.
I literally totally forgot until I was like, where was Charles on the grid? Yeah, that happened, and I was a little cranky about it because Lando was on a really good lap. I don't think it would have held even if he was on provisional pole, but I just wanted to see how it netted out because he was like literally like less than, I don't even know. It was like less than a 10th. No, that's wrong. Why can I not do math? He was like 10 seconds away from crossing the line or something like that. It was very close.
Yeah.
And I was like, of course that would happen. But sorry to you. Sorry. Obviously, you're worse than me. You ended up worse out of it than me in that situation.
Yeah.
So
I guess I'll talk about it very briefly because I can't. Here's the thing, guys. I fear the depression from this weekend has just like seeped into my soul. And I can't really talk about it for much longer. I'm feeling positive. I think everything's going to be okay. I just can't harp on the past because it's the past and we move on.
Yeah.
But knowing that we got new brakes this weekend, having pretty good practices, and then fumbling it in that quali like that, I said, okay.
Yeah. And bringing it back,
is the kind of season.
Bringing it back to my original point that I got sidetracked with because I remember that happened. When a team has two drivers starting at semi-drastically different positions on track, at least like if they're in the top 10 like that, I love a split strategy. Like I love switching it up. McLaren famously never does that.
I was actually just about to say that because it pisses me off.
Famously, they never do that, and I hate it, obviously. So I was happy to see that because I was like, I think it's interesting to see what ends up working and what ends up not working. Like, try it out.
See, I typically would have that same headspace, except Charles was way behind him, and I had just crashed. So I just like had minimal hope, I guess would be the word.
But to be honest, like, I mean, we all saw that like the tires were getting eaten to death on this track. So I was
Yes.
like, Lewis being on a 3-stop was crazy to me.
Mhm.
And also just like as soon as that happened and they were like, Lewis is going to pit so early, I was like, oh, there's going to be 100,000 pit stops this race. I was like, cool. Yeah. Okay.
And like, we haven't had a race like this in, honestly, in my opinion, quite a while.
Yeah.
So I was down, but I was worried because that's my team. And sometimes we don't use our Italian brains.
Sure. But yeah, the start of the race was pretty regular, I feel.
My boy Isaac Hadjar could not get off the line.
Well, I mean, I meant at like the front of the pack, but yeah, he did drop quite a bit at the start.
Yeah, my midfield driver, according to no, I'm kidding.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm messing. Yeah, Isaac just like had a really, I didn't even see it, but he just had a really bad start. He lost a lot of places.
Yeah, he dropped back like 8 or 9 places. Like, it was something crazy like that.
Yeah, so that was tough. And Charles moved up like 3 spots pretty quickly.
Charles and I think Oscar, was him and someone else. I don't know what. Charles and someone both moved up kind of a bunch on like the first couple laps, and it was like going to be very interesting.
Yeah. They were right next to each other, to be honest, because at one point Charles overtook Oscar on lap 9, and it was beautiful.
Wait, also, this is it's related, actually completely related, but not exactly what we're talking about. But when they were trying to pit Charles to undercut Oscar, and he was like, I do not care about Oscar.
I do not care about Piastri. Okay.
I was like, okay, I thought you guys were family. What happened to that?
I was dying, and I'm happy that Charles is like speaking up for himself. He's saying like, guys, I don't want to do that, and the team's listening.
But then he pitted a lap later anyway.
I was gonna say, but I'm starting to think that maybe we just could listen sometimes.
Yeah, but that made me laugh. Anyway, everyone at the front kind of got off the line pretty good, and then Lewis pitted early, obviously.
Yes,
on that strategy. I don't remember the exact chronological order because I was like multitasking during this because I was working, but. I know George and Kimmy were fighting for a decent part of the race.
Yeah, they started beefing like right after Lewis's pit stop, I think, because I honestly don't even think I took notes about it because I'm just so used to them fighting at this point.
Yeah.
But they just kind of started beefing in the front after Lewis's pit stop because Lewis fell back because they had different tires.
Sure.
And Kimmy's pace was insane. Like, it almost looks like he has a different car sometimes.
It literally looks like him and George have completely different cars, like 100%. Right?
And granted, like, I guess George's tires were a little older. I think this was like, actually maybe this was after they pitted after George or after Lewis, and they were fighting at some point, but
it helped Lewis because they were behind, or I don't know, at some point they were behind Lewis, and like, it might have been before a different pit stop. I don't know. And they were, like, fighting with each other and slowing down because they're obviously fighting with each other. And then Lewis was able to kind of get away from them, which was, like, huge for him.
Gotta love the infighting helping you out.
And then Kimmy did the very bothersome thing, which I hate, which is, like, a him and Oscar classic, I feel, is asking for team orders.
When? What lap was that?
He was like, I have so much more pace than him, which was true.
Yeah.
But also, I was like, babe, you're fighting. Like, you gotta let it just. It's like, on one hand, I get it because you're fighting a third entity on another team, where it's like, Kimmy's like, yeah, I have a lot more pace than George, and if we need to get Lewis, like, I'm gonna be the one to do it. But also, I'm sorry, overtake. Like, do your job.
I'm with you on that. I fear.
No, well, I was like, I get it because they were fighting Lewis, but I was like,
no.
I'm like, I don't know. I understand the mindset, but I would never be the one asking for it. I fear.
It's like, you're fighting for the win, so like, fight for it. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
You know,
it's hard because I think later in the season it's going to change because obviously, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think Mercedes is going to win the constructors, but I'm like, we'll see if that's like a issue. But also there was Alpine team orders for some reason.
Really? What
I don't know. At one point they swapped Franco and Pierre, and Franco was cranky about it, but it was valid. I would have been cranky about it too.
Yeah.
Because it was like Franco was ahead, and I felt like Pierre wasn't even trying to catch him, and then they were
I
like,
was gonna say
swap.
it was like very unnecessary.
They were like swap, and Franco was like, why? Like he's so far behind me. Which I agree. Why?
I still don't know why. Whatever. Sure.
But yeah.
We also had quite a bit. Oh, that happened. Yeah. So that happened around lap 20. Just before that had happened, though, I just want to quick shout out. Lance Stroll retires lap 16 for a gearbox issue. And Valtteri Bottas retires as well on lap 17 because the Cadillac just can't do it.
I have a question. Do you have all of the retirements listed?
I don't know if I have them in specific order.
I was just wondering because I also noted.
Oh wait, yes, I do have that one. I think I know which one you're bringing up. It's later, but yes.
Nico?
Yes.
Okay.
That happens lap 31.
Because I did note that because that was crazy.
I said, Nico dead? What happened in the pit stop lap 31?
Yeah, Liam's gravel hit his emergency kill switch. And
Kill switch.
That exists? And also, how is that gonna, like, I don't understand it. It's crazy to me.
So, what is so funny about that is, again, you were running around, so I don't know how much you were locked in on, like, audio. But as they're racing, he's like, Lawson's backing me up, and, like, Lawson's throwing stuff. Like, it's getting crazy over here, like, trying to snitch on Liam, which rightfully so.
Yeah.
As that happens, the thing, the rock goes, hits the kill switch. So he tried to, like, narc on him, and then it, stitches get stitches. That's all I have to say.
That was crazy. What Nico's Instagram post afterwards was hilarious. Actually, one of the funniest things I've seen in my life. Like, he was so petty.
I agree. It was killing me. And then, George overtook Charles before they pitted. That's what happened next.
I kind of do remember them fighting low-key at some point.
Yeah, they just had a little beef. But then we get to, in my notes, lap 41, where we have our next retirement of hometown hero Fernando Alonso.
And that made Lewis's day. Because it was going to be a close fight, and that kind of gave him the win a little bit. Like, obviously, I think he was leading anyway, and it was going to be good, but getting that virtual safety car was, like, so huge for him.
Integral. Like, I actually do think the strategy would have worked out regardless of the VSC, but, like, the VSC is just going to make you nice and comfy.
Exactly. Like, he didn't have to worry about fighting any of the Mercedes, really. Like, he was kind of, like, sitting pretty.
Yeah, which was such a win. Thank God. As it happened, I'm like, I wasn't sure if Fernando was in a spot where we wouldn't get a safety car because he was kind of off the track. So I was like biting my nails because I'm like, is this going to work out perfectly for Ferrari? Because you want to know how many times that's happened? Zero. So I started doing 8 million backflips. I was thrilled. I knew that meant lock in. If we just can get the pit right, which we did, that means a win.
Yeah. So that was amazing for him. Loved to see it.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, chronologically, if you have anything else before, like, the ending things that happened. Oh, I do have Alex DNFing and then coming back out
exactly it.
10 laps behind to get data because that was silly.
Yep. Oh, also, just to shout out, since we're talking about him, he was officially the driver with the most starts with Williams as of this race.
Yes. Well, and then, I was really worried about that because they were posting so many things about it before the race, and I was like, okay, but what if his car doesn't start? Because, like, that happens these days. Like, I don't really know what's going to happen, especially with the Mercedes power unit. I was like, come on, please. But he did start the race, so that was huge.
Yeah. And then after Alex and everything, I then have that McLaren was getting on their radio.
Oh my God. frenemy, Will Joseph. We have a really toxic relationship. I don't know. So I typically were beefing, but he made me laugh. Him and Lando being the police, like they were like, Kimmy track limits, and then Will was just like, Lando, just keep what you're doing. Kimmy is gonna get track limits, and I was like, he is literally on his computer, like he is sending an email, and it was hilarious.
It kills me because every time you talk about Will, it's either like, Will Joseph, I love you, or Will Joseph, I can't stand you, and there's no in between.
I literally, like I sent you a tweet, and it was like, Will Joseph smart, Will Joseph pretty, Will Joseph great team strategy. And I was like, that's literally, like, it's either that or it's me wanting to fist fight him, so
it worked out this time.
It didn't even really need to, because
no,
our friend Kimmy did in fact have his car explode, as the Mercedes power unit tends to do.
Lap 62. But I don't know if you caught, they were also talking about, I don't know if anyone ever figured out where it came from, but Kimmy did have a front wing damage as well that had like came around that lap that they thought maybe could have caused something, but I don't think we ever figured anything out with that.
Interesting. But yeah, Kimmy DNF'd, which was crazy. I was like screaming and shouting because like that's insane, and also it's like always the Mercedes power unit just stops working, so always fun to see which one it is.
It's so crazy. It's literally like somebody hexed them and there has to be a sacrifice.
Well, it was like I sent you that tweet too. It's like,
yeah,
it was like the Mercedes power unit is either sensational, but it takes one sacrifice per race. Like,
yeah, it's so weird.
It's so crazy, but unfortunately, we have to talk about the next retirement from the race.
Yeah, because it was basically simultaneously.
Sure.
That I'm like, oh, they're talking about Charles and his tires. That's so weird. What happened to his tires? And then they're like, oh, when he went off, and I'm like, he what?
Yeah.
What? And then they give me a replay, and he's just in the gravel, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Not good. But then all I can think to myself is, well, one, at least he's still racing. And two, maybe he was just adjusting to his new brakes. Well, I was wrong, because he then just retired. It was his suspension?
I don't know what the issue was.
It wasn't his suspension. It was something else. Yeah, I think it was his power steering. Excuse me, his power steering failed.
Nice. You know, it's like great.
So, I'm going to say this very quickly, very briefly, and I can't elaborate. I think he's just getting a little in his head like he does, and getting a little schoolboy, getting a little overzealous. Just take a chill pill.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get there.
Sure.
I fear he were just a little excited, and we need to stop overdriving the car.
I think he needs this little break between now and Austria, which isn't really. It's almost over. But I hope he comes back stronger. Maybe he just needs to like relax for a second, take a breather, get in the sim. I don't know.
I didn't want to talk about it, but I am just going to bring it up here briefly that I believe it was after quali when he crashed. He notoriously had that quote that was like, wow, it must be really hard to support me and us.
Yeah.
And I just want to say it's never been hard to support you it's been hard to support Ferrari at times. I can't lie to you. But it's never hard to support you, Charles. Your wheel to wheel is beautiful. I cannot get over the way that you are so hyperly competitive. It is so refreshing to me because I'm so not competitive in most times. I'll always support you. Never question that.
Okay, quick Charles fan, Cam.
But I am struggling, and I would really like some results.
And we've pivoted to like the depression.
I just want to put that out there. Like, I'm supporting you, but like I'd love to see some positive results as well.
Sure,
for your sake and mine.
And don't we all? We want to see everyone doing good, and
so
it's been a hard couple weeks. But yeah, that did happen. One note that is actually like a little. I think I meant to write it earlier, but I forgot to bring it up. But there was a lot of Lando radios, I think, during him and Will gabbing. And I think I said to you, every time it's a Lando radio, I'm worried he's going to say he has no power. So
You did, and I agree
was
because it's
really
TTC.
happy. Was really happy that didn't happen during the race. I was scared because I kept getting Lando radio, and it was just him being like, "Track limits for Kimmy. It's gonna be okay." And then Lando was like, "Cool."
Yeah.
But he had a very good race. Not to flex, but I was like quite impressed with his racing, and I know he's kind of been a little down on the car. I know he was talking about how people are like kind of crazy thinking the car could end up on podiums regularly right now. And I was like, well, I am literally like pole position, so me and my good friend Carlos Sainz are aligned on that. I'm always thinking that my friend Lando is going to be in pole position.
World champ.
But he was like, he said that was silly, and then he had a really great race. So you know what? Keep doing what you're doing, babe. But those are my final race thoughts until we get to the end.
Me as well. My next note is that it was an all British podium.
That's literally my next note too.
It's my note before they crossed the finish line. I was like, oh wait,
All
everyone's British.
And you know, I always talk about this, but like I am like so British biased by accident. Like I just love all the British people. So I didn't mean to. I love them. So I was really happy, and I couldn't believe that it was the first all British podium in so long.
I know. Shout out to One Direction for making us British girls through and through, because you
literally.
you laid that brick.
I love whenever it's Silverstone and they like take the little picture of all of them, and it's like, welcome back, One Direction.
Literally, thank God. The pipeline goes crazy. No, I know. I was stunned by that, but somebody said it's not including like sprint podiums or anything like that. It was just like straight up full podium. So I was like, okay,
because sprints are kind of like new.
Do we only have 3 British drivers? No. Who else is British?
Right now?
Yeah.
Alex. Well, no, Alex isn't racing a British. Arvid.
Exactly. Oh, yes, Arvid.
Ollie.
Oh, yeah.
And someone else.
Because I was thinking like maybe for a long time we just didn't have like 3.
Who else is British?
I think that's it.
For some reason, okay. The 3 on the podium. Ollie. I guess Arvid. But he's new. Who else was on there last year? Maybe they just include Alex in pictures anyway, because he's like half. He doesn't race under it, but he's like British.
They must, because nobody else is British to my knowledge. But anyway,
Sure.
I was thinking maybe that's why the stat was so low, because like maybe we only had like 2 to 3 British drivers, and they all had to be good to get a podium, you know?
No, that's a good point. But yeah, I was really happy to see it. Love those Brits.
Love those boys. All British podium. But as the all British podium is getting announced, and we see Lewis, he's jumping up into the team. He's saying Forza Ferrari, Forza Ferrari. And he's speaking Italian. All his Duolingo is paying off.
No, like he's so cute. But I also said to you during this, I was like, sometimes I'm like, he's old. Like sometimes I'm like, he's cringe.
We have to talk about the squat at the weigh-in. We have to talk about the squat at the weigh-in. What was that?
Stop, because that is the funniest picture of all time. Or like the clip of Lando coming over to weigh himself. He was like, "Excuse me, mate." Like, let me.
And everyone was like, "Lando, get your butt out of my like praying shot, please." Like Lewis is trying to aura farm, and
it's literally just aura farming in the corner, and Lando's like, "Excuse me."
Like, I understand that a win with Ferrari is like something extraordinary. To be honest, it hasn't been done in my entire fandom time. And Ferrari,
that's crazy.
It hurts bad. But I think the squat at the weigh-in was just a little too much for me.
God, he's so funny. I'm literally like, sometimes he's just like, and also like, I forget that he's not even that short, but like there was just him next to George, and I was like, he's just a baby. Like
He really is.
That little guy.
Yeah. But his little radios were, again, we talked a little, millennial, if you will.
But cute. I was like,
they were sweet.
I can't help
so
but
proud.
be happy. I'm like, I love him so much.
But it did hurt that his mom wasn't there. I would've
Wait,
loved
she
it if
wasn't?
she
I thought she was.
I heard that nobody was there.
Oh, great. That's
And by nobody, I mean Kim or his mom.
That makes me sad. I should have been there.
His brother was there, though. His brother was there.
Oh, good.
I saw that he posted for him.
Oh.
But I heard that his mom wasn't. Anyway.
Well, I'm just so happy for him.
I know. It needed to happen. Again, I'm devastated about the second Ferrari, But if it had to happen, I'm just glad I got to see a Ferrari win. I was so happy. You know, it was like the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. I was feeling it all.
And do you know what was the highest of highs? The post-race interviews.
Oh, before we get into that briefly, I was just really upset that I didn't see Charles at the podium ceremony, but I also understood why I didn't see him there.
Yeah, he couldn't. I get it.
Anyway, he was at the champagne spray, so shout out to you for pulling up for that at least. Also, wait, really quick before we get into that also, Charles showed up to Media Day in that 44 shirt, and look what happened.
Wait, that was so funny.
Look what happened.
Never
do that again.
At his core, he's just a Lewis fan.
Never do it again because I can't. Anyway, yeah, the highest of highs. So, again, could you hear anything when it came to the post-race? Like, were you listening?
I was listening, but I was also talking, and I was trying to
Okay.
explain F1 to, like, my coworkers, and it was very overstimulating, but I heard, like, a little bit. I didn't hear what was happening, and then I saw your text, and I was like, there's no shot.
Yes. So I'm sitting there, and everything's happening. Everything's fine. And I believe it was DC, David Coulthard. Coulthard? I can never say his name right.
That was good.
Thank you. DC is sitting there, and he's like, oh, and things are just going to get way more interesting when everyone sees who's here. And I'm sitting on my home couch, slow blinking. And I'm
Why am I, like, giddy thinking about it?
No. I jaw agape. I'm like, they didn't mean Brittany, did they? So I text my good friend Liz, and I'm like,
oh my God, I'm
hey,
sick at the time.
So who do you think's at this race? Because do you think maybe it's Nico Rosberg? And Liz hits me with yeah, this is his first race. What do you mean?
No, because I remember seeing that tweet, and then I was like, yeah, he's there. And then I was like, oh, he's there.
Not only is he there, he's at the scene of the crime.
No, like, happy 10 years, first of all.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
10 years of Brosadies.
Divorce. 10 years of divorce.
I could only imagine Toto's sweat when he saw George and Kimmy fighting here.
Stop. No, I was feeling it. I was like, this is crazy. And then the cherry on top, the most insane thing I've ever seen is Nico and Lewis talking in the post-race interviews. Post-race.
Yes. Post-race. I also don't know if anybody saw on the online web. Before, again, I didn't catch the grid walk.
So funny.
So I didn't catch the grid walk, but Nico was also at the grid walk, which would have prepared me for the post-race interview. And Lewis quickly walks past on his way to the national anthem with a big umbrella, as he does, aura farming.
Regular.
And everyone's like, literally, it's like boys in high school or like middle school, and they're like, dude, like, go talk to Lewis, like, go talk to him. Like, so Nico's like, okay, I'll do it. So he turns around, he's like, hey, Lewis, can I get a word? And he gets a cheeky wink. That's it. And Nico is beaming.
Why is
He's
he
like, guys,
geeking?
that was the night. No,
He was
genuinely,
like-
he was like, that's the nicest it could have been.
He was like, that was actually really kind of him. I was like, bro, he looked at you for 10 seconds. Not even, he looked at you for 3 seconds. And Nico was like, that was actually super nice of him. I was like,
He's like, did you actually see he acknowledged my existence back there?
you are down horrendous, and it's hilarious.
No, I just want to remind everybody, they were neighbors until last year.
Like, it's funny because, like, we don't see them interact in public ever, but I'm like, they definitely interact.
Like, you're telling me you never knocked on his door for some sugar?
That would be hilarious, and I want to see it happen.
Anyway, yeah, so Nico conducts the post-race interview with his 2 sons looking at their divorced parents, feeling awkward.
Okay, the clips of George and Lando, though, were so funny. Like, they're just like, hee hee.
They are giggling and, like, tugging at their collars. Like,
They're so funny.
So that was crazy. The 2 finally interacted 10 years after the fact.
Like, the
Wow.
script writers couldn't have written it better. It was beautiful.
And I'm like, is F2 the movie, I guess, in the works? Is Nico and Lewis storyline going on? Like, are we getting a new screenplay?
That would be crazy.
I'm hoping. But yeah, then we saw Lewis's natural curls on the podium.
He's so cute.
Loved it.
Like-
And he also brought his race engineer, and that was huge for me because that guy has changed my life
He was so
as a
cute.
Ferrari fan.
It was so cute.
His race engineer last year was so bad.
Yeah.
So glad that turned around. But great
No.
podium.
I just love seeing Lewis happy, and I have lots of feelings. I'm like, part of me is like, oh my god, he's so cringe, like old man, and then part of me is like, look at that little baby, like I'm gonna put him in my pocket.
Yeah, it's the juxtaposition is wild.
Yeah. But yeah, that was amazing. I can't believe he got his first win at Ferrari. Like, I still can't believe it.
First Ferrari win and Lando podium. That's what we like to see. And George is back.
The George podium was really exciting. Like, George and Lando being on a podium together in 2026, I was like, we're so back. Like,
It was a good time. Honestly, good race. Lots of pit stops. Lots of fun. Great time.
yeah, really good. Loved it.
Do you want to move into our meme of the week quickly?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I don't really have a meme that I think encapsulates the race weekend or anything. Mine is actually, I want to bring it up because it came across my desk a few times.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stop comparing Lance Stroll to Charles Leclerc.
Oh my god.
It needs to be stopped. It's not funny.
Someone put it in our TikTok comment section, and I had
Get out
to,
of my comment section.
I had to warn Isabel before she saw it, because I was like, I'm seeing a lot of people say it, like, please stay alert, I'm very sorry. And then someone put it in our comments, and I was like, leave him alone.
It flooded my feed. It was in my personal feed. Disrespectful, rude, and incorrect. I understand. Again, he was a little overzealous this weekend. He's been a little worried, excited. He's not binning it. He's fine. Everything's fine. Give us another race.
Okay.
Watch for Red Bull. Okay? Then maybe I'll let some criticism slip in.
Okay. I love that. No, that's okay. Listen, you know me. I'm defending my boys to the end of the earth. I get it completely. And you're so valid for that. And I'm sorry you had to experience it. I tried to warn you, and I was hoping it would just not cross your desk. Unfortunately, it did.
Disrespectful.
It happens, but it's okay. He's gonna come back strong.
Thank you.
We're so
saying
bad.
that. I'm believing it.
I had a meme of the week that I came into this with, and then one that I just thought of while we were talking right now. So I'm gonna share both.
Love.
The first one was I saw a tweet of, it was like someone, like one of those like random, like the wheels that people generate, and it was just all of the drivers with a Mercedes power unit, and it was like them choosing who's gonna DNF this week. And ever since, like, because Kimmy was like the person who DNF'd this week, because people were always saying it was like never Kimmy, but it was Kimmy this week. And then I saw someone make a chart of like every driver with a Mercedes power unit has had at least one issue. Like, it's just, it's sad but true. So I had to bring that up because I saw it on Twitter a bunch of times and it made me laugh. And then my one that came up during this, when we were talking about Will and Lando, and I said Will was sending an email, I thought of, Michael, I just sent you an email.
Michael, did you catch my email? I just said.
I don't look at my email during the race.
So good.
So yeah, I was just thinking about Toto, and that iconic moment, and just had to bring it up because love him.
It wasn't much of a meme, but I don't know if you saw people like posting that clip of Toto punching the desk after Kimmy DNF'd, and everyone was like, "This is a show. Like, it's not real.
Wait,
he hit the kill button."
The funniest part of it was like people zooming in on Fred, like their reserve driver in the background, and Fred was kind of like smirking, and I was like, "Wait, what's he up to in there? He's doing some crazy things. What's Fred doing?"
It was frying me.
So funny. But yeah, those are my memes of the week.
Not a super memey race, to be honest. It was kind of just the best because
Yeah.
Lewis got his podium.
It was so huge. Should we talk about our P9s of last week? And
We can.
our other predictions.
Our P9s and our podiums. So last week for P9, you predicted it would be Arvid Lindblad.
Wait, I did?
That's what I have.
I thought I predicted Ollie.
I don't think so, but I could double check.
Because I wrote Ollie. But it doesn't really matter. Either way, I was wrong. So, love that for me.
But I did have that. If it is Arvid that you predicted, he ended up in P10. So
Oh,
we're
wait.
off.
You know what? I win. I'm gonna go with that because I'm feeling kind of goated. Thank you.
You're welcome. I predicted that it would be Franco Colapinto, and granted, I'm happy about it. I was one off because he went P8.
So do you know who P9 was?
I do. It was our good friend Liam Lawson.
After he killed Nico Hulkenberg's car.
Yeah. He killed him for, what, 2 points?
But, speaking of P9, do you know who the new P9 in the championship is?
I actually don't, but if I had to get, is it... No, Alpine must be higher.
I forgot.
At this
I think
point.
it was Liam last week, but it's not Liam this week. I forget who.
Oh,
it
you're
was last
talking
week.
drivers. I didn't even
Oh,
think
yeah.
about the
Oh,
drivers.
in the constructors, it's still Audi because that hasn't changed. No one is getting points in those areas. So sorry. Audi's still there.
No, you're fine. Who got points this week? I don't know. Last week, I think it was Liam. It's changed, I don't know, to Franco?
It's your man, Isaac.
Oh my gosh, don't say my man. I was like, Charles is not that
No,
low.
not
My other
Charles.
man.
Your other man. It could be a number of men, and it's Isaac.
Is that with the point difference from Monaco? Do you know?
I think so. I think it's
Love.
updated fully, but
Love
I'm
it.
not 100%. But I think that's correct.
Well, I mean, listen, P9 for the second Red Bull seat, not too shabby.
Not bad right now. Not bad at all.
Do you have a prediction for the Red Bull Ring, my favorite track next
I do,
week?
and it's kind of random, but it's random but likely considering the way like quali's been going, races has been going. I said Pierre Gasly because Pierre is constantly making it to Q3, and I think P9 is a pretty good spot for him.
I think that's a great spot. Honestly, Pierre's been doing better than P9, so
No, exactly.
That's a good
podium. Hello, like
this is what I'm saying.
we
So,
actually didn't talk about that because Pierre got reinstated to the podium in Monaco.
yeah,
that's
just
true.
briefly mentioned in the Isaac conversation, but
Yeah,
he
but
did get
yeah.
reinstated.
Crazy.
Great. And now George is going in for an appeal.
Wait.
We shall see.
Apparently, Mercedes took back their appeal, and like very recently, as in like the past couple hours.
Oh, okay. Never
But
mind. I lied about that.
I
so.
think I don't know. It's messy. Anyway, who's your P9?
Pierre's a great shot for P9. I am putting who I think has been P9 the past 2 weeks, and neither of us have gone for. I'm just going back to Liam Lawson.
Okay,
Not to
aligned.
mention the Red Bull of it all.
Yeah, I was gonna say Liam is also pretty consistently in Q3, so I think that's a great pick. I think we went the same vibes.
Liam Lawson has been P9 like every time we've guessed P9. So I'm like, at what rate do I just start getting Liam Lawson?
No, yeah, I think that's a great pick.
Yeah, and I just think the Red Bull, I have to stay on theme, you know.
No, I love it. Do you want to share your podium prediction?
Well, I do have our podiums of last week, just
Oh
to
God. Okay.
brief, quick cover. You predicted George, Kimmy, and Max. I think Max was pretty high up there, so
And
not
George?
entirely wrong.
George slayed it. I predicted
So-
George come back, and he had one. So you know what? I'll
I
take
was gonna
it.
say, George's successful podium. So
Thank
you
you.
kind of and honestly, Kimmy would be up there if. Anyway,
Happy he's not
really
because
much
that
beyond
means
it.
Lando's on the podium.
That part I had guessed it was Kimmy, George, Lando, so I had them in the right spots, but I did not get P1 because it was Lewis.
But that's amazing. You did really good. I feel like you're really good at this. I'm not.
I don't know about this week because I think I'm being really optimistic.
I think I am too.
Okay.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
So I can't be delusional as far as this is like I'm calling this the almost 2019 rookies podium because
Okay,
there's
your
no
dream.
Alex Albon there because I'm not
Fair.
I'm not that delusional yet. Williams is not in the spot to put him on a podium yet as much as I want him to be there. So it's Lando, George, and Charles because Charles is like with the gang. So he is like almost 2019 rookie. So that's my podium, and I famously did not put Kimmy there, and I'm sure he will win the race because I did that. So we'll see.
Kimmy or Lewis.
Yeah, no Lewis. I was gonna put Lewis or Charles, but I was like, I'm giving Charles a shot at redemption here. So we'll see.
So I did a similar move.
Okay, cool.
I don't even think I'm even considering anything about the track, the cars, anything. This is strictly off of vibes that I want the podium to be George, Charles, Max.
Okay.
Now,
Both of us
do I see
famously
Max
not putting Kimmy there.
correct. And I also don't think Max will even touch the podium. But the Red Bull of it all, bring it home. Bring it home.
No, that's actually great. Lando won last year.
Yes.
And that was like the best Lando Oscar wheel to wheel racing. For like a second there. It was really good. I watched it all the time. In Austria. But I'm just like bringing back those vibes, and I don't know, I'm giving Lando a win because I'm delusional and crazy, but it could be either famously Lando said, don't think I'm gonna win. I think he's gonna win, and it's gonna be with George and Charles. So we'll see. I also keep saying every time I put Lando on a podium, he does not end up on the podium, and when I don't, he does. So if that remains true, he's never gonna be on my podium predictions again.
I'm feeling like maybe I'm often putting Charles up here too out of bias, and it's not working out. So we might have to revisit our tactics here.
We'll see how this goes not next week. I mean, like week and a half, because we're recording this late. But yeah.
Yeah, I think the Red Bull Ring's a really fun track. It's really high speed, which is what I'm kind of nervous about with the new regs. I don't know.
I think that, and I mean, there's continuously like 5-6 DNFs a race, so scared, but we'll see.
I know I said that I would never make a race prediction again because I said no safety car, and then safety car came out in Monaco for Charles. But I do just want to say here and now, I'm predicting we are finally getting Nico Hülkenberg points.
I love it.
I see it happening for him.
Ooh.
King, make it happen.
I'm gonna do a bold prediction too.
Oh, go for it.
Mine is that both Cadillacs are finishing the race.
You think Valtteri Bottas can finish a race in his car?
I do.
Oh, I have so much hope. Let's hope.
And it's hope and it's delusion, but I just really want to see it. I always want to see Cadillac do good, so.
I know. Valtteri's run of it has just made me so emo.
Not good, but he's gonna finish a race this one.
I can't wait to see it.
Can't wait. Woohoo!
But that is all on my end. Any final thoughts or anything?
I don't think so. I'm excited for this race, and I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. So no race this weekend, but next weekend yeah, right. Next week, tune in because we might have something special for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks for hanging with us, people. It's been nice. And,
see you soon.
With that, not a word.
Not a word. Goodbye.
Bye.